Well, Rick, turning the page, Edmonton here. Much improved squad since the last time we saw him, right?
Yeah, it's really a new game and a new week. I don't think you got to sell anyone on that. So playing a different quarterback and third time playing him. And it's been a few weeks since we've seen him. So another big game. I'm going to be saying that every week from here on out, that every game's big. It's going to count big in the standings. So getting ourselves ready to go back to Edmonton.
What do you see Trey Ford? I know we did see him at the end last year. He's obviously made strides since then, but just talk about that challenge.
Yeah, the game doesn't seem too big for him. He's a guy you can tell he's got a calmness to him. He's not flustered, and obviously he can run. He's fast. He's not kind of fast. He's fast, and so you got to really do a really good job against him. And they got other athletes on offense too, so it'll be a tall task.
What is the plan with Mr. Rhymes? He's out here today, walk through, but do you see that this week or just a matter of getting him back a week early?
The goal is next week. Yeah, he's got one more game on the 6th game, and but he can practice this week, and we're definitely going to see him practice. And if he makes it through this week of practice with no issues, then we hope to get the Ferrari out of the garage next week.
So Nick will save the Ferrari video for next week then, hopefully. Perfect. Lastly, you talked after the game about VA and just the composure and never giving up till there's zeros on the clock. I mean, is that one of the attributes the club saw in him when they were looking to bring someone in midway through last year?
Yeah, I always heard that he was a quality person and a solid guy, and until you get to be around him, you really understand what that means. I think he's a team guy. I think he wants to win. I don't think he's worried about being aggressive when we're down on the scoreboard or anything like that. Some quarterbacks are, but he's not. And then I could tell, too, that he knew that even when it was a 16-point game, he knew that in the CFL you keep playing and you see what happens. And I also I know when I talked to him, I said we're probably going to have about 40 seconds. When we were going to get the ball back, and I said we want to get in field goal range. I could see the look in his eye. He wasn't thinking field goal. He was thinking go win it. So, things like that you really like about a guy.
Sale's going to be good to go?
Yes.
Neville in for Pearson?
Should be. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that in practice tomorrow, and we'll do that if it works out.
So that's not officially set in stone. You're just going to see how it goes.
We need to practice this week. So this was a walk-through format today, or a jog-through as I call it. And but tomorrow will be a full-on physical practice, and we'll see how it looks. And if we like it, we'll do it.
One of the things you mentioned after the game was getting the right personnel in. I believe you're talking about stopping the run.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge is that, especially in the Canadian game?
It is. People are against. Everybody does it, but we're seeing tight ends, whether that's an extra lineman or fullbacks or receivers blocking, all that stuff. And so it requires, DNs to deal with a lot of stuff in front of their face. And it also, makes the DBs have to cancel the run too. And we're going to see that the rest of the way here on out. So we're making sure that we have the right people and enough people, because, there's strength in numbers. If we can rotate our D-line, things like that, and stay fresh, then there's no question, though, we're going to have to do a good job of being stout up front.
Thanks, Rick.